Okay, page 248 in your book has some practice on completing tables and writing equations. So, here's what we're going to do. Number 1, x is our input, y is our output. So, we are going to make an ordered pair using these points. 0 is our x, 4 is our y. We will do that for each ordered pair. And we have to write an equation and graph these numbers. So in order to come up with slope, we have to pick 2 of these points. We subtract the y's and divide that by the difference in the x's. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 divided by 1 is also 1. So our slope is 1. And our b is where the graph crosses the y-intercept, so that's where x is 0. When x is 0, y is 4. So our equation is y equals x plus 4. When we graph this, we can graph our y-intercept at 0, 4. And we can choose to plot new points by going to 1, 5. Or we can use our slope of 1 to go up 1 and over 1. We will still get the same graph. See, we are at 3, 7. And that's the same thing as going up 1 and over 1. We can go to 4, 8, or 5, 9 by going up 1 and over 1. It works the same way, and we connect our dots to make a graph. So this is the graph for y equals x plus 4. Our slope is 1, and our y-intercept is 4. Let's look at number 2. We have the points 0, 0, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 4, negative 3, 6. So we can do it, file the equation with ordered pairs using the math that we have already used, or we can graph each of these pairs by saying, okay, I'm going to put 1 at origin, I'm going to put 1 at negative 1, 2, I'm going to put 1 at negative 2, 4, and negative 3, 6, and plot these points. This is the graph for this equation, but I do not know my equation yet. I can find the equation by rise over run. Since I have a graph, I can go up 2, to the left 1, which is negative 2. You can also take a point and go down 2, to the right 1, which is still negative 2. So our slope is negative 2, and it passes through the origin, so we do not have a b. Now to work this out mathematically, we would subtract our y's because we're looking for the difference between the y's. I have 0, 0, and negative 1, 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. Negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1. 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. I get the same thing no matter which way I work out this problem. Lupe is walking in a walkathon. The distance she walks is represented by the equation d equals 1.5 h, where h is the number of hours she walks, and 1.5 is how many miles she walks in an hour. Make a table and sketch a graph of the data. So when h is 0, 1.5 times 0 is 0. So that ordered pair is 0, 0, and we can plot that on the origin. When 1.5 is multiplied by 1, when 1.5 is multiplied by 2, that gives us 3. So we have the point 2, 3. So we're going to go to the right 2 and up 3. When 1.5 is multiplied by 4, that gives us 6. So that's the point 4, 6. We go to the right 4 and up 6. And then we have 1.5 times 6. And that gives us 9. So we can plot 6, 9. We go over 6, up 9. And this is the graph for the walkathon. Alright, we are going to look at number 4. It says, why did you not graph the equation d equals 1.5x in quadrant 4? Quadrant 4 is down here. And we cannot graph there because you cannot have a negative distance. You can only go a positive distance. So our graph is only going to be in quadrant 1. If you have any questions, watch the video again to see if you get a better understanding. For homework, you will do page 249, 1, 2, and 3, and we will have a quiz over this in class tomorrow.